I'm running scared.
This episode is brought to you by Deeper Grooves, Musicians on Music, interviewing musicians on their journey, a podcast hosted by Cliff Beach.
I'm so underprepared. Ooh yeah, I'm so underprepared.
This is another episode of the Running Scared podcast with Cliff Beach and Brian Sturges. Hey now!
This is Brian Sturges, everyone.
This is Cliff Beach, everybody.
Very excited to be back.
Hell yeah. It's a beautiful day. We just celebrated the 4th of July. Well, but without the racial overtone, forget. We barbecued on.
Let's just wash over that.
Yeah.
Burnt hot dog for everybody.
I'm not even interested. I've had enough. I get it. I'm evil. I get it. I'm a terrible person.
There you go. You go. You know who died first in that war? A black man. His name was Crispus Attucks. Never forget. Never forget. A mulatto, as they would say then.
Hello. This episode will be listening to some words that I'm never allowed to say. Is that? You can't say that anymore. I mean, you can say that, I guess.
I can, and I did, but it's true. People forget. We don't talk about that part of the 4th of July.
Yeah, but how did he die? Did he trip on a rifle? What's the actual story of how he died?
No, just like every other black man, there are no accidents. There are no trips on rifle accident shots. No, the Redcoats, the British came and they just happened to kill him first.
Another white man with a bunch of T-Tacs coming over here. I just took my socks off is what was just happening. Because I want to tell you something. It's super hot. So I took my pants off.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sitting here in my boxers underneath here. And I was like, my socks are hot. No one will see.
Yeah. I mean, okay. That's a foot. Well, yeah. I mean, everyone's just seeing you from the bus stop, so I think it's fine. I think that's what everyone's doing on Zoom now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to cover my my middle-aged man fat, is what I'm calling it. So what did you do for the
for the 4th?
Can I call it a holiday anymore? I don't know. I mean,
it's a day. I celebrate the day off for sure. I have no problem with Independence Day. You know, I think for all the problems that America has, it's still one of the most free countries. And I know that's controversial, but I mean, we could be other places where it could be much worse. I'll give them that. But no, I was with my white girlfriend. That's and
hell
yeah. And it's funny because we were walking around. We tried to get our 10,000 steps in, and we were walking around over the weekend.
You know what? I'm not going to say it. So just continue because I don't even know what I'm allowed to say. So we're going to skip it. No joke.
So we're walking past the gas station, and we see this heavy-set African-American homosexual man. And
coming into my neighborhood.
Yeah. No, and he's at
property values.
He stops us and he says, do you have any change? And he goes into a whole spiel. Looking like a very young Luther Vandross. And so without the Jerry curl. But he's carrying these 2 bags and he asks us if we have any change. And I say, we have masks on. But I'm like, no, I don't have any change. Because we didn't have our wallets or anything on us. We were just walking with our phones.
Because I know normally you just I mean, I've never seen a guy throw so many hundreds at the homeless.
Yeah.
Normally you take off,
Well, I usually have in my car goodie bags with water and granola bars because I'm a humanitarian. I'm a man of the people.
No, you're a diabetic. Okay.
Yes, also true. These are my snacks. And so he asked us for a change. We didn't have it. And then he turns to us and he says, "You're with a white woman. You got money, right?" He was like, "That means you're rich." She didn't know how to take it, but I just laughed so much funny. Because I was like, "Yeah, she does have money."
So he was black. He was black. Yes. So half of them ruins property value and the other half increases it. So he's exactly a wash. Having him in your neighborhood is equal. If you were to
Yes.
be on stereotypes of what is data from the state of California, but
But he was also homeless. So,
and I got to tell you, you mentioned your girlfriend so much that I'm starting to think she doesn't exist at all because I haven't met her. And mysteriously, these women come in and out of your life, yet I never see them. Is this like a George Glass situation? Or is it like
the Philip Glass.
When are we gonna?
Very minimal.
When are we gonna go? When do I get to meet your betrothed?
Well, unfortunately, we're in this pandemic where we can't meet anyone. No, but she hears a lot about you, and we always talk about you.
Oh, yeah, nice try. Don't try to flip it. Yeah, your imaginary relationship. You guys spend a lot of time talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my air conditioning on and a fan. So if the people at home, if the one person listening hears some noise, it's hot enough where I don't care about the sound.
Well, I mean, you could have a spouse like what's the guy that runs Scientology where they haven't seen her in like forever.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen your lady in forever. Yeah. I've been watching the new Unsolved Mysteries, so I'm
okay,
all
don't tell
like,
me about it. So I've been waiting, and it was just released, so I'm all on it. I can't wait.
You should be.
You know I love a good mystery, especially the unsolved ones. Because isn't it, if it was solved, wouldn't it no longer be a mystery? Couldn't it have just been called mysteries?
Yes. Unsolved makes it a mystery, but it's more mysterious than a normal mystery because it's unsolved.
Who's hosting? Is there a host?
There is no host. After having two great predecessors of Robert Stack from The Untouchables and Dennis Farina from Law and
who was
Order.
a Chicago cop who Michael Mann found. He was actually hired on what was that Michael Mann movie? It was a Manhunter as what do you call it? A consultant. And that's how we started. So he wasn't ever trying to be an actor. And then smash cut to 10 years ago, I saw him doing a pilot of a sitcom, and it was great. He came out and forgot his lines. And I just felt so good. I was like, okay, so now, if Dennis Farina can come out on the first take of a live taping and be like, I have no idea what my line is. And I'm like, I'm right there. We're the same level of actor because I don't know my lines.
Yeah, but he had to memorize lines for other shows. Law and Order, he wasn't just winging it.
Oh, that's right. He was on there. But I mean, that's a guy who was who kind of, came in the back door.
Nothing wrong with that. But he's dead now.
He is dead.
Lung cancer, 69. Yes. Unfortunately. I loved Unsolved Mysteries, the original. I used to watch this with my grandma all the time, and you'll like this new season. It's really eerie. It'll keep you up late, but in a good way.
Like the Amish in Pennsylvania?
Well, someone's got to build a barn sometime. They're just sun up to sundown people.
So what does your mother think of you dating a woman from the Caucasus region?
Oh, my God. My mom is gross. Gross. We had not seen each other because of Corona. Don't let the Corona get on you. And so, yeah, it's been months. And so I finally saw her last weekend. And she just, both of them, the girlfriend and my mom, they just asked tons of inappropriate questions. Like, if you haven't given up that information, you just don't want to talk about it, obviously, but they don't get that hint. So my mom is just rattling off, like, are you going to get married? Are you guys having sex? Like, what's happening? I was like, oh, my God.
Asked you if you're having sex?
It's inappropriate. I don't know why.
What did you say?
I don't know why. She just started dating someone from eHarmony. I haven't met them, but she's just like, you got to meet this person.
Are they having sex?
I would never ask. That's
you should just flip the script. My
parents would say something, like, whereas I would keep it to myself. Right now, she's trying to get me to go on this like family vacation. She's like, we never go on vacations. I'm like, it's too close for comfort to have your mom and your girlfriend like in a 2-bedroom whatever situation. It's just not good.
She could bring her lover,
but not in the same place. Like, I need to, like, if it's a hotel, I need to be like a different side. I don't want like adjoining rooms or anything like that. No, I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that. So you don't have to worry
That
about
wasn't
these
you.
things.
Hey,
You got me. You
All right.
got me. But yeah, you don't have to worry about these things. You don't have these types of
well, so
parents dating situations.
oh well, please. My father lost his virginity during the Great War or whatever. Like it was a long time. That's where you just you picked a woman because she was close to you where she lived and she had a nice farm and her father had corn or whatever.
Yes, that's what it was. Proximity. That's
So
how you met people.
since I know that your mother watches the show, do you have sex with your girlfriend? 10 times?
This many. I mean, obviously we do. I think it's understood.
How is it? What's like? What do you bring to the table as a lover?
I'm a vocal bottom.
No, I know that. But what do you do? I have no doubt that you get pleasured. But what's your move to keep your lady friend there? Do you do like a tongue swirl? Like what's your?
Didn't take them down the alphabet street? Sure, I've done it.
I use the Turkish alphabet, so it's better.
Yes, it's right to left.
Yeah.
Or up and down. I don't know.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, if you're going down to the Jewish girl, you got to do the alphabet.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I'm glad to know. Now, are you guys, using protection, or do you just pray it away, like, like?
Yeah, we're using.
You're just pulling out.
The latest.
That's what that means. That's
We're
all that's.
covered.
I can tell right now. You don't use a condom. I'm looking at you. There's no way you use a condom. All right. Well, you.
I got them.
You all have them. We all buy them to have by the bedstand. I mean, mine have obviously are expired.
Yeah, exactly. I got a bunch of vitamins I don't take either. So
I was just telling my brother earlier that he used to take a multivitamin. He looked at me like I was crazy. This man hasn't eaten vegetables since 2004. The towers are up.
Yeah.
Wrong year, but
he can't do chewables because the teeth are so brittle. Because he's so weak.
So, and I guess the follow-up question is, are you going to marry her?
It hasn't come up. We haven't talked about it.
It hasn't come up. Does she give
It's too new. It's too new. It's only been, it hasn't even been a year official yet. So it's been a year.
What's your anniversary?
Since we met. Well, anniversary was in May.
What day?
Of meeting. We did it. It was somewhere in the 20s. It happened.
Right? Yeah, just a vague. Yeah, vague. Well, that's good.
But officially it was in November, so we still have time. But she's mom approved. They get along well. They're basically like younger sisters or whatever. They're only 8 years apart, I think.
So your girlfriend's older than you are?
Yes. Mature.
It's always good to,
mature
to get along.
I don't know if that's how people pronounce it. Mature. My grandma always said mature. Right. Have you seen that Webster's has been adding new words? They've added irregardless, a word that people use all the time. Yeah. Crazy. And ain't also is a word.
Yeah, but I feel like that has been in the lexicon. But irregardless is just wrong. And as somebody who writes dumb characters, these are the words that I add to them. Irregardless, blah blah blah. But you can't do that. You can't just be like, this word's wrong, let's use it.
Why can't you though? Isn't all language basically made up in a way anyway?
Well, like anyway and anyways. I still say the yes sometimes. I got to break that habit.
I don't like when people say I dear. My stepfather used to say I dear all the time.
I dear.
And some people say Pacific instead of specific and things like that. But that's more like ebonics or colloquialisms or jargon than, I don't know. Irregardless was so often used that apparently it's more emphatic version of regardless.
No, it's just wrong. It's
definitely wrong.
It's not a word that a bunch of, denim sleeveless wearing men have used incorrectly for years, and now they're accepting it. But that's fine. But irregardless, I think it's stupid. You know what I mean? You hear it though, right?
Yeah, you hear it.
In fact, even though it may be in Webster, if I hear you say it, I will think you're stupid, and I will judge you.
Well, Webster's is like one of the last to jump on the bandwagon. Other
I
American
can't believe that
dictionaries
little
are
black guy
done.
did all that right. That's so stupid. They should have the Webster's dictionary.
Oh God. Ooh, then came you. No.
I just, do you know that Emmanuel Lewis is still alive?
Yes, I think I did see a very chubby, greasy Emmanuel Lewis on some type of telethon.
Now. Right.
That's a miracle in itself. They usually don't live very long because their bodies are so small. They have a lot of internal issues. Usually.
Like a Roland?
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. Well, listen, I love your Jimi Hendrix shirt.
Yes. I think I got it from Target. It's old, but still good. Still tie-dye. Jimmy, I was just talking about Jimi Hendrix the other day. I've been watching a ton of documentaries. There's a new Ella Fitzgerald documentary that came out. Watched that. It was cool. Watched an Apollo documentary that came out on and you're always ready to rub that log.
That's not a metaphor.
Yeah. That came out on HBO, so definitely check that out. But we're talking about Jimi Hendrix and Prince. When these artists die and their families, they don't have wills, their families take over their stuff. So like Jimi Hendrix's family, I don't think he wanted them to have rights to anything, but somehow they have them. So that enterprise still licenses the stuff and gets money. And then Prince, it's like they keep dropping all these albums, these demos and live stuff. I don't think he wanted that. I don't think he didn't like streaming platforms and stuff like that. He wasn't into it. But when he died, they crack open that vault.
Yeah, really quick too. Very quickly. Like,
yeah, the caution tape was still on the elevator.
Because now you can find his stuff on YouTube all day long. All the stuff that he dedicated his life to removing immediately became available because he's died, which is pretty effed up. I mean, so I hope the ghost of Prince comes and haunts him kind of very sexily at night. Like he sneaks in.
Oh, yeah. They did the same thing to Michael Jackson, too. He had a bunch of demos that they redid and came out. I mean, there's a reason why an artist, if they made something and didn't put it out, they had a reason.
So if you had to choose between the two, right? If you could only pick one collection of music to listen to, Michael Jackson or Prince.
Oh, that's tough. They're both so good.
And you have to listen to the B-sides. So
yeah.
You have to listen to the whole collection only.
I feel I love them both. I was such a huge Michael Jackson fan, but Michael Jackson had, like, his solo stuff was very spaced out. It'd be like 5-6 years in between albums, whereas Prince would be releasing albums every year, sometimes twice a year. And so you would have more catalog to go through if you only could pick one with Prince than with Michael. But
Prince wrote all this stuff, and plus he played the instrument. So, I mean, as a musician...
Michael wrote the stuff.
He did?
He wrote Don't Stop Till You Good Enough. He wrote other songs. Beat It. I don't know. I'm sure there are others. Bad.
So if you had to choose, what's the winner?
I don't know.
Gun to your head.
Hard. Musicianship wise, I'd have to say Prince. It's just he has more music. He was I think he stayed more relevant longer because Michael definitely peaked, and then he was still Michael.
And then they did do you remember when they were in the Egyptian? I mean, like, that was a pretty good video. I mean, that was a lot of bread for that video back in the day.
Oh yeah, he still has the record for like the most expensive, the Scream video he did with his sister Janet. I think it was like
that
30 million.
Yeah, that was the one with like the spaceship or something.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
What was that song?
Scream makes me wanna scream. He curses in that song. He uses the F-bomb. You never heard that from Michael before. He has another song where he uses a bunch of racial epithets too. But I learned from the last episode that I have to edit myself live. I won't be saying anything. On my podcast, I just let it rip.
So tell me about let's Let's talk about that. You have a new podcast that was released today. Why don't you go tell us all about it?
Yes, Deeper Grooves, Musicians on Music, hosted by Cliff Beach, sponsored by California Soul Music record label. Yeah, just really excited to be able to get, I mean, like all of us, we're all just having ideas and trying to see what sticks. And so
Ideas.
I had no real ideas. I had no real expectations about it. I just kind of would listen to records that I liked and be like, hey, I want to know more about this person. And as a vinyl file, I used to always like read artwork.
Allegedly.
Yes. No convictions. And so I would read like, who produced what and who worked with who and who the engineers were. And I nerd out on this stuff and I read about it on allmusic.com and stuff like that. And so I just started hitting up people that I thought would be cool, like these jazz musicians, guitarists, drummers, engineers, people that have won Grammys, just to kind of learn about the process, but from a musician to musician kind of way. The same as like inside the actor studio, basically, where like James Lipton is talking to an actor, but like peer to peer in a way where we could have more intelligent conversations about the music than just musicians.
So the actual some of the technical aspects that maybe most people wouldn't understand, like the actor studio, but you can learn by listening to it. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, well, it's definitely out on all the platforms.
Is it audio only? Did you videotape it, or is it audio?
It's audio only because I just did recordings of phone calls that were edited. But
so where can we listen to it?
Right now, it's up on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify. You can check it out on YouTube as well, and it'll be eventually on Google Podcasts and other platforms.
So send me the link, and the link will be below. So look for Cliff's. And what's the name of it?
Deeper Grooves.
Deeper Grooves. All right, cool. I'm gonna check it out. How long do they go?
We did season 1. We finished up. We're in post finishing the last couple episodes, but we did 10 episodes for season 1, and we're already starting to taping for season 2. We'll probably have another 10 episodes.
How long are the episodes?
The episodes they range for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Great. Oh, that's perfect. Wow. All right. So check out the link below. Oh, there's my knee. No pants on. Check out the professional, like Walter Cronkite. Yeah, well, check it out, man. Well, that's great.
Yeah, man. Happy to be getting more content out, doing this, running scared as well.
I know this is the highlight of our week, right? The Running Scared podcast with that image. In fact, why do we say this week's episode brought to you by your thing? So you got to send me the thing, and this episode's brought to you by you, baby.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm sick of Wall of Flesh. I got nothing else to sell. So let's add yours. So send me. So you have one job. Have your assistant send me the graphics and the stuff, and I'll have him do that.
Okay, great.
Like what we'll do. So this episode's brought to you by the Grooving Scared. What is it?
Deeper Grooves.
Deeper Groove.
You got it.
This episode is brought to you by the Deeper Grooves podcast with Cliff Beach and.
That's it. And special guest. Special guest.
And the special guest?
Yes, we have a different guest every week.
That's great.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Who's the first guest?
Jack Wilkins. Jack Wilkins, jazz guitarist, based out of Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, he's done. He's worked with a laundry list of people, and we talk about it all on there. But Mike Clark. Mike Clark is also on a 2-part episode after that, and they've worked together. Mike Clark, obviously from Headhunters, working on Herbie Hancock, Actual Proof, drummer. So
for the people listening at home, that's a very popular group. They're not actually Headhunters.
Yes.
Just in case.
No, but it's cool. And then we get down to New Orleans and we talk with a couple Grammy winners from the Rebirth Brass Band, and then we talk with some engineers that are based on the Sony lot that kind of talk about Grammys and Latin Grammys and working with Kobe Calais and other people. So it's kind of like a good mix of just kind of the process of artists that are actually recording and the engineers that actually make the records, and then hopefully we'll open it up to other people. Some cool stories. We have A friend of mine has a group called the Big Old Nasty Get Down. He's worked with George Clinton and a bunch of other funk people, so he has a lot of crazy stories about flying to Tallahassee and working with George and how much of a character he is and his entourage and all that stuff. So if you like, some interesting anecdotes, obviously we have to edit some of the stuff when we're not recording. That's when the gold really happens of them telling these just like outlandish stories that they're like, you can't print that. Like, off the record, I guess, but
yeah. Well,
but it's cool. I just learned that everybody basically has a story, and not all of these people have had their story told, even if they are known in their genre, respective field. They're not maybe a household name to everyone, but their stories are still really cool. And I think musicians or even just people that like music or like podcasts would still enjoy it.
Well, I'm going to check it out. I'm looking forward to it. I will. Yeah, that sounds like something good. You know, when you get in the shower or something, have a play, when they're shaving my head, whatnot.
Yeah, it's looking pretty fresh.
I know, I just shaved. Just for
we call you cue ball on the streets.
As you can see, I'm up in my cabin.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Thank you. I got some flowers. My cat died. And then let's see what we got over here.
That's a good setting for your Walden Pond podcast.
Yeah, at Golden Pond. And I have little donuts, and we have a microwave, so it's a cabin, but it's but come up and see me sometime.
I saw like one of the unsolved mysteries. No spoiler alert.
Come on, man! Don't spoil.
No spoiler alert. But there was a guy. I'm just gonna say it was a guy cooking a can of chili in the can.
Yes, I did it 2 days ago. Yeah.
That's gross. I feel like
why is it gross?
Because like shit from the can will like leach out into the thing. Like just get a pot.
But it is a pot.
A can?
Well, you can just wash so you get the can, you wash the can, you open it, and you put it on there. The food's already touching the can.
So what did you make? Well, I want to hear this from.
Well, so all you do is you take the beans, right? So we had at the cabin, a little stove, right? So you wash the can, and you take the top off the can, and then you put the can on the stove with a very low flame, and you just stir carefully, and you heat it all up on there. And it's now, especially if you're in a campfire, you just set your fire up, and you just put the can right on there and stir it up. That's all you need.
Yeah, that sounds like hobo style.
Oh, it's definitely hobo. There's all sorts of secret symbols that we use too. How about this? Next time when we do live ones, when we get back to being in the same space, let's cook up some beans. Last year on my trip with the fellas, we had a bean competition. Timmy went out and bought a bunch of beans, but he threw away the labels. So we just ate a bunch of beans. We don't know which ones we liked and which ones we don't like, and then highly recommend it.
Yeah, that sounds like people that ended up eating dog food in their senior years.
Well, China just had their dog food festival. I mean, not dog food, their dogs as food festival.
Oh.
So, if you're looking to get some poodle or whatever.
Poodle noodles?
Could you eat dog?
If I didn't know what it was, I probably could, but I'd probably.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you just lied and said it's chocolate mousse, but would you actually try to? If now, I don't mean like in Detroit. I mean like if you're in Shanghai. Yeah, obviously those road dogs can be.
He's a tramp. But I live him.
Would you try dog if you were in China and then you just stumbled upon the dog?
Yes, when I was in China, I tried a lot of things, and people said, "Oh my God, like Westerners normally don't eat any of this stuff."
So Coco, come on,
they were just like, they gave me this stuff that looked like brown tofu, and they were heating it in this hot pot. And I'm like, what is this? And they're like, it's coagulated pig blood. And then they were like, and this is like some other, exactly. But it was like, I don't know, like pig testicle or something. Like everything that you could get was coming out of there. And all my other friends, I'm the only non-Asian in the group. All my group is Chinese. Is that
how we have to refer to you guys now? Non-Asians.
Non-Asian. Yeah.
What's the proper word this week? I didn't get my white guy email update of what I'm allowed to say. I think it's nothing. I think that's pretty much all it says every week.
Pretty much it. We have to say it. We have to announce ourselves. Like the police should do. But so anyway, I'm in China, and yeah, they're just like giving me tons of food. I'm super sick. I end up having to go to like this third world hospital. The thing that's great about China is that you don't have to have insurance. Everything is so cheap that, you know, a normal person can just go to the doctor. It's like not an issue. I don't know why we can't do that. But they also don't have doctors that make a lot, if that makes sense. So
Sure.
it's like you could work at like a county hospital and you make like, I don't know, $30,000 a year or something as a doctor. Whereas I guess here you have to be over six figures to make that work. But China also has those third world toilets that are just like those holes in the ground.
Yeah.
Holes in the ground.
At least two.
Yeah, it's crazy to get used to that. A squatty potty.
I didn't actually squat.
Ah.
I didn't try to do one. They had the toilets in the hotel, but when you went to like the rest stops, that's all they had.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, people have shit all over the floor. It's gross in there. But yeah, speaking of shitting, I told you last week I ended up shitting the bed or crapping the bed, whatever we can say on the
Okay,
podcast.
well, sure. Okay. Well, yeah, at this point, I've decided to no longer edit for swearing since.
There you go. YouTube actually says it's fine as long as you don't do it like repetitively all the time, and not usually at the beginning of the podcast, because I've been looking at it up. But yeah, at this age, in my late 30s, I did not think these types of accidents would happen to me again. But yeah, lo and behold.
So let's discuss this in detail. So what happened? You had some local Chinese puppy meat, and it just
I was actually eating a very early morning burrito from Uber Eats or Postmates, one of them.
Oh no! Well, Uber just bought Postmates yesterday.
Nice.
For stock, yeah. So there you go. So,
oh well,
good for them.
That's what I mean, that's American capitalism at work. You know, just you can't beat them.
Yeah, well, the Uber because Uber can't pick up where all the passenger business is down, so they bought Postmates to keep themselves kind of afloat. And then people are starting to go back to buying used cars because they don't want to be in the back of the Uber thing, you know. But
yeah, nobody wants to do it.
Off we go. So you had Kung Pao Poodle, and from Postmates in a burrito. You get a Postmate Kung Pao Poodle burrito.
There you go.
And you ate it, and then
And then I'm just, doing my normal thing, watching Law and Order, got my fan on. It's hot because it's summertime, and
you were trying to expel gas.
Yes.
And that happened? Okay, so this
yes.
is like you didn't lose control like a run.
No.
In the
no, I wasn't
mile.
No, I didn't
like
just
running down your gym shorts.
No, I didn't have a sudden bout of incontinence. But it was just, yeah, it was just like, you live by yourself. You remember, who cares? Nobody's around, and you just think it'll just be like the last 1,000 times. But this particular time, something felt off. And so I did the finger check or whatever. Something wasn't right. I knew it. Didn't want to see it. Something was wrong.
Something went terribly, terribly wrong that day.
And so I used to do the same kind of check when I would have nosebleeds. I'm like, is this blood? Oh my God, I'm bleeding my own blood. This is
if you were bleeding somebody else's blood, that would be that would be not good. So then what do you have to do? Do you have to do the waddle to the shower? Or?
Well, yes, but then I was in my bed, so I had to take all my bedding off basically, and then wash all my bedding.
Did you not have boxers or anything on? Were you?
I had no pants. I had nothing because
this
it's so
is
hot.
An important part of the story because one would give you some sort of a stop. So you had just out on the bed.
Just out on the bed. I had to look at it. I said, maybe I could just spot clean it. I couldn't. It was a teardown. It was a complete tear down situation. It did not go into the mattress, thank God. But I ripped everything off. Showered, then took all the stuff to laundry, and then the laundry, like someone had left their laundry in there. There's only one in my building, and they left their laundry just sitting there. So I had to end up drying their stuff so I could get their stuff out. Because I wanted to just wash. I was washing from a place of shame, Brian.
Right.
I just wanted to get in there.
No, I get you.
And get out as quickly as possible. So luckily, no one saw me because I was just afraid that someone would be like, it smells like crap in this laundry. Like, what happened? And I'd be like, it was a homeless man. You can always blame a homeless man because we had that happen once. We had to put a lock on the laundry because homeless people were using our sink and as a toilet in there. And so
I've done it. That might have been me. Sorry.
But yes, so I was embarrassed. Even when I go at work, it's an embarrassment.
You defecated in the workplace?
It's hard. Like when I try to wait till it's empty, and then when I'm alone, I try to do it as quickly as possible. If someone comes in, use the urinal or whatever, I lift my feet up so that no one can see it's me. Because I always have on my red and black. They know it's me. And I work in an office right now that's pretty much all Asia. So they would know it was me. And so, yeah. I don't know why it's a place of shame. Everyone does it. Everyone's had these accidents, I'm sure. But it still feels like, I want no one to know this. Of course, the podcast. But luckily, nobody will know because nobody listens to this.
No one knows. I can't.
But you're no stranger to having these types of accidents in the car, running and trying to get into the house. And
oh yeah, what was the one time we were coming back from the valley or something? And oh, that was the worst. It's one of those where you have to lift your ass cheeks up off of the car seat, so you're up to clench, and then you're still using the gas and brake. So you're doing.
Oh yeah, that's uncomfortable. Oh, it's no good.
I don't know. Good. I hit that gypsy, and I don't know. Ever since then.
Yeah, that's unlucky. Unlucky in life, unlucky in love. But that's crazy.
Beautiful hair.
Yeah.
I blame all my lack of success on that gypsy I never stopped to help.
Thinner.
That so far has been our greatest moment. Yeah. Oh man. Now you get in trouble for fat shaming that guy.
Yeah.
I like how that's now. It's like, I think you should be shamed if you're fat. Now, I don't mean like you have a genetic predisposition to having a heart, like my buddy's from Peru and his family, he's like a wall of flesh, right? That's fine. But we're talking about it where you're like the one person in the family is just eating, like drinking 2-liter bottles of soda a day and all that stuff. Like those are the people. And
yeah.
I think they should be shamed.
Yeah, you should to a point, because basically, no matter what your genes, you can still control what you're eating. You know what I mean? It's like you just basically giving up. Like, well, I'm gonna have diabetes anyways. I'm just gonna eat whatever. It's like that's not. I mean, there are so many more people that have diabetes, including myself, that it's all related to exercise and what you're eating. It can be reversed, but you just have to start moving your fat butt around. I mean, that's why I've been focusing on.
You look like you've thinned out quite a bit.
Yes.
Good, man.
But we need it for other people. I mean, it's on top of the pandemic we already have. It makes it worse that a lot of people have underlying issues that are basically taking them out or being exacerbated because of Corona. But also, it's the American diet. The standard American diet, also known as SAD, is just, compared to other countries, even like you look at like a China or a Japan.
Is your American diet coming up on you?
Yes, exactly. They eat rice all the time, but it's like it doesn't affect them.
Buffy? See, I intimated it was a dog. Okay.
Yeah, but they eat rice all the time and it's fine. Or like in France, they eat a lot of cheese and butter and stuff, but they still don't have like the heart attacks and stuff we do. Because when I lived in France, they measure out everything. Like we would be like, okay, we're gonna have pasta tonight. They're like, how many people are coming? They're like 5. They're like, okay, let me just get my little boop, 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 boop. That's 5. That's they measure it out. They're like, everybody gets 100 grams of pasta. That's it. We do not do that. I mean, I haven't seen any other country for the most part have like smorgasbords, like just all you can eat. I mean, it exists, I'm sure, but not to the level of what we have.
You know what?
Like the Horn and Horn.
Chinese one is in New York City, though, man. Those are great.
Oh yeah,
man.
I like when they spin the cock, the chicken.
Oh yeah, all the different. I got to tell you, I love like New York City crappy Chinese where it's like the orange chicken all breaded with whatever.
Oh yeah, so salty. The wings are like legs. They're so big. Give me some of those meat lollipops. But yeah.
How many licks does it take?
And duck sauce. You don't get duck sauce on the West Coast. But East Coast, it was like get my big egg roll.
And I noticed that the hot mustard seems to be an East Coast thing much more than here. That hot yellow mustard, which I love, which kind of tasted like. Remember when McDonald's kind of had that, and they might still have it, but it was like the spicy mustard. It's kind of like a Chinese mustard.
Oh man, remember when Mulan came out and they had the Szechuan sauce, and they made like I don't know, chicken nuggets with Szechuan sauce. But man, I remember they had chicken wings, Mighty Wings, when I worked at McDonald's in 1997, 98, one of those years. They had wings, crispy Mighty Wings, and I don't know. They just tease us with little things. McRib, every now and then it comes back. People love it. It's gross.
Yeah, that's based upon the pork supply.
Yeah.
Prices are low. They buy it.
Yeah. I'm sure it's still pork.
Now, McDonald's has, McDonald's has stripped down their menu to just the basics now. So no ice cream. They got rid of the salads. Yes. So now it's just like the 1960s menus. It's like burgers, fries, and soda and milkshakes, which is all it should have ever been. If you went to McDonald's to get a salad, you're probably stupid because it's McDonald's.
All these people, moms complaining, like, my kid needs to eat apple cider. Well, take them home. Cut them an apple
Take them
home.
not to McDonald's. You can't even give them a Happy Meal toy anymore. That's what's wrong with America. And all of these kinkless or pro kinkles, I guess, I can't have a free toy in there. Well, don't bring the kid to the McDonald's. Bring them once a month. Have a Happy Meal. You can't have a toy. You know what I miss? Cigarette advertisements. When men were men, they'd ride a horse with a Stetson.
Oh, yes. And liquor advertisements that were like cigarette advertisements. Yeah, they made something where like cigarettes, you can show the product, but you can't show anyone using it.
But you can only show it in print. You can't have.
Yeah, you can't show it on TV at all.
Yeah. But I think they should bring back the Happy Meals with toys. It's probably back, right? But wasn't it a thing where they got rid of it for a while?
They always make different modifications and changes. I heard that they're just not doing well in general. Like their breakfast used to be really popular, but because people are like not going to work as much or just choosing when they go out, that just like is decimated because people don't get up because they end their breakfast like 10:30. People may not even like start working.
Yeah, well, they started to do it 24 hours now.
Yes,
which was the whole thing, but I wonder if they're still doing that with the change, like if they're still offering breakfast or if they're doing 10:30 thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I never understood that. Every time you go, they're like, "Oh, we had to switch the grill over." It's like it's the same grill though.
The ice cream. I know more ice cream, and I don't even know if you can get milkshakes right now.
Well, their milkshakes to me haven't been good in a while. They turned them into like a Starbucks Frappuccino with whipped cream and a cherry and the hole in the top. I like the old.
Yeah, but it became very chemical-y, right? Yeah. So like when we were kids, it was just like whatever they've added, whatever Illuminati chemical they've added into that stuff, it just tasted not. I mean, it's just milk and ice cream. Like, why do you got?
Yeah, that's why I like Carl's Jr. You can see them still hand scooping thrifty ice cream or whatever into the blenders and making those milkshakes. Wow,
I haven't had a quality milkshake in a while.
They are delicious, I will say that. I tried a new Asian place that does hot bread pudding and ice cream to go, and I had that delivered, and it was red velvet, delicious.
That's not good.
I would try that again. I know you're more of a pie man.
More. I like pies more than cake. That's for sure. But a bread pudding is always good. My father loves a bread pudding.
Oh yes, like father, like Brian.
Allegedly. Yeah, that sounds
Huh.
good. I might have to go get McDonald's after this to see if they have milkshakes there.
No, you're definitely in that super size me situation. I think gotta let that go. You need to get a juicer.
Yeah. Oh well. I'm waiting for I was gonna get abs, for my 40th.
Yes,
That,
you have a better chance of getting AIDS by your 40th.
well, basically the corona. So what I should be doing is getting ripped and super in shape, so that when it's done, I'm bookable. But instead, I'm now working as I'm slowly in that dad bod. But I'm passing commercial dad bod into normal dad bod.
Yep.
Even
You
though I
got
have no children, so it's just
that you know about. Maybe you are thinking into the dad bod.
no.
You
I
just
I don't think
did.
I have any kids out there because
Impotent.
a lot of them were poor, so I feel like they'd reach out to try to get money.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Sure. If they were gonna rake you through the coals, they
yeah,
would,
and when I say poor, I mean mostly in spirit, and just that, you know.
but maybe it's the long con. They're waiting until 17 to give you just like this lump of back child support that you could never repay back. You have to in jail.
Yeah, I've definitely made some poor life choices. Well, that's okay. But you know what? If it wasn't for the poor life choices, it wouldn't have led me to good life choices. She watches this.
Oh, good. Okay. Yes, good life choices. That sounds like a bank.
Yeah. Oh, I just had to go into the bank. Oh, that was an experience. They called me in and they said, "There's something wrong with your account. We need some more information for this new account that I opened." I'm like,
we need some more money.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. I was like, I had a feeling the guy didn't do it. Actually, I was kind of upset about it. I filled out all this information on the bank website, right, for half an hour. And at the end, they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do this online. You have to go in." But I went through all the process, and then it didn't even save it. So I spent all the time to do that. Then I had to get in the car. Then I had to go to the bank, and then I had to sit there while the guy, he's not in a hurry. And then I leave. So now that's an hour and a half. Then he called me. Then they called me again with some more questions. So that's another half an hour on the phone with them. Then they call me. Now I got to come back in. It's like I'm just trying to open another business checking account. Like, how is the simplest part of my day taking up the most time? So I said to the guy, I'm like, this is taking 4 hours. You've taken one half of a standard workday of the week, and it's still not done. So now I got to go back on Thursday because the one guy who had to help me wasn't there, and he has the day off. And so the other guy, so I was there for another 45 minutes today. And after it, he was like, "We can't help you. You got to come back to see this guy." It's like part of me just wants to just drive to another bank because it's the same amount of time. How about I just open this? How about I just go to another bank and open it, and then they could get it done right the first time? We're done. But I think so now I'm well over 4 hours to open an account, which is ridiculous.
I hear that. I think,
but that's just me bitching about my normal life.
No, I don't know. I don't know if like someone
put my chest hair away
did something wrong, and now we all have to pay for it.
I thought it would.
It definitely feels like it's more work to do these things that used to take less time.
I mean, how can I do large transactions in business, but I can't open it? But checking it, but it takes me longer to open a checking account. It doesn't make any sense. And I knew it was him. He made the mistake because the way he called me, because I had a lot more questions that I filled out online, right? So basically, he messed up. So then I'm like, it was just a whole thing. But
yeah.
But meanwhile,
there's nothing worse.
I should be able to open a business checking account, right? So whatever, poor life choices. I should be able to do it all online, efficiently within half an hour, and send you in documents. There's no reason that I need to be in there, right? If I with the other things that I do can do transactions all day long, why do I need to go into a bank to open this? Right? I mean, I opened other banks. I've opened accounts. I didn't have to go in. Right? All you need to do is you send a picture of your driver's license, your social security, like whatever, you send it all in. Why I got to go in is beyond me. But they need to work on that, because it's like at this point, should I just go to another bank? You know what I mean? Like, how many? Can I actually just tap on Bank of America and set up another one instead?
Probably. Sure, you could.
I don't know, but they mean well. But meanwhile,
You can-
I got to go
you can
back
get-
again. So
You can
now
definitely do it.
I'm in the 6-hour range to open an account, right? And then so now I got to go back and sit there for another hour. So that's an entire workday to open an account for me to put my money in, so that they can use it and pay me
Well,
0.001 tenth of
Well,
one.
you can always do an online bank. They have no overhead, no locations, so they have to do it online, like an Ally bank.
Yeah, like they have, the Amex, accounts. You can do that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And now the amount of time that it's taken, when you're a business person, it's like time is money. Let's go.
Exactly.
Like, why do I gotta? This is what's important in my life.
Yes.
These are the times.
These are the good life choices.
Yeah, these are the good life choices. But banks, business, running your own thing.
One guy screws it up for everybody. That's what makes it all one guy lies on all the forms, and now we all have to suffer.
Well, he obviously messed up, which is fine. But what bothered me, that it started off wrong. I filled everything out, and at the very end of it, it said you can't do it online. So why did it allow me to go through multiple pages of it to say?
That's a bad user experience.
It wouldn't be. It's part of the tradition. I lose you at least once to 2 times. You got a little ADD. And I saw it, but I'm okay with it because you did it pretty late this time. So I know there's probably time.
No, that
Perhaps
was
this is the new time to wrap it up.
That was a heat yawn.
A heat stroke. You take your pants off. You got your pants on?
I have shorts. I've been getting heat rash. It freaking sucks. I have to put on calamine lotion.
Really?
The pink lotion. Yeah, I guess your body, sweat glands, something. I don't know. I've been getting a lot of sun because white girlfriend wants to go to the beach. I haven't been to the beach and laid out.
Make a black person do outdoor activities?
Yes, all the time. And hot
white girls
activities.
like things like to go, like she make you like go to the beach and like walk.
Yeah. She's all freckly and Irish. She shouldn't even be out in the sun.
Oh.
But she loves it.
Yeah, she should be working on the dock. Yeah, not as a prostitute. I meant as like as like the Irish dock workers. But I mean, who am I? And I will tell you this: they should legalize prostitution in this country. Let universal health care, prostitution. Let's
get
go.
on that. Lobby for that.
Yeah, in Amsterdam, the sex workers are checked, right? It's on their 1090 69s or whatever.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. But now with Corona, it'd be a death wish. You couldn't trust anybody to be healthy enough, prostitute-wise.
Right, but you could both wear a mask.
You'd have to wear like a spaceship bubble.
No, but can you get coronavirus through sexual intercourse, or is it only through your respiratory system?
Well,
I don't know.
Directly, no. You can catch it from fecal matter. Oh, that's you can. Warning to the wife.
How do
but everything else.
That seems like something you definitely Googled on your iPhone, like somewhere in your history. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I Googled that early on, but everything else, oral or vaginal, or otherwise, I haven't heard anything conclusive. But there's so much we don't know.
To the people listening at home, if you work in the medical profession, comment below. It's where all that empty space is.
Yes, there's plenty of space for you to comment.
There's plenty. There's more than enough room.
We will answer right away because we don't have anything going on.
I've started to just leave the pornography ads that people put just so you have a comment, like localgirls69.com. I'm like, I'll leave it on there. Why not?
Yeah,
You know?
I don't mind it. I don't mind. Any comment is a good comment.
What do you think about legalized prostitution in the U.S.? Which, of course, the divorce rates go way down. By the way,
That's good. That's good. Well, I mean, we've had it in New Orleans and Vegas for quite some time, or outside of Vegas, I guess. And so,
Parim.
yeah, it's well, yes, that's
Ellen Bryan
about
says you.
that's
He
about
just
an
told you.
hour. But if that can already happen, it's just like when pot was only legal in certain places. I think eventually it can legalize everywhere. I think people want to do it, let them do it. The
Well, I
government
mean,
shouldn't have a
you
right.
might as well tax them. I mean, it's happening, and I have to imagine that a lot of in this current climate.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody's happier and more calm, and maybe rape and other stuff go down because people have less
no, they
aggression.
do. The numbers,
Yeah.
rape, sexual assaults, divorces all go down. Taxpayers get money. Even if you just took the whole money and repaired potholes with it, put the money
Yeah.
or something. Or
Does spousal abuse also go down?
yeah,
Slapping them around? Oh, there you go.
or, use the money and if the tax money and put it towards, the sex trade victims or, things that have happened to people. You use the money for good, but it's happening anyway. So you might as well tax it. And it works. It brings in the income. They're keeping the Americans out of Mexico. That's how bad it's gotten. You can't go to Mexico. You know
That's
what I mean?
bad. That's pretty bad. I mean, do they also say what are the numbers? What are the illegal prostitution numbers right now?
Like how many people are illegally prostituting themselves? I don't have that information readily available.
Yeah, but just the ones you know.
Well, the ones I know don't pay taxes. I know that.
Right.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty good gig, and it's fine. But I think
So you do know prostitutes then?
Oh yeah, I definitely know prostitutes.
Oh yes, that's what I thought.
I mean, I'm personally not a prostitute guy. I'm a hunter. I'm not going to the butcher for the meat. There's something about doing it yourself, which is much, paying for it. I couldn't do it. It's just not I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Fun.
You want it for free?
Yes. I want my money for nothing and chicks for free.
Perfect. I think nothing wrong with it. I felt like if I was ever going to be a pimp, I would pimp young twinks.
So you'd have a stable of twinks?
Yeah, I feel like there's no shortage of twinks. It's like when something happens to one, there's always another. There's like so many. There's so many.
Sure.
I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't feel right pimping women out, but another man, like I don't have as many problems with it.
Well, yeah, I don't care. Be a gay prostitute. I mean, they're out there. You ever been to Bakersfield?
I have been to Bakersfield, to the mall, but not to this male prostitute truck stop. There's nothing out there.
But it's actually across the street from the truck stop. There's a motel. You're going to want to knock 4 times. The password is banana hammock.
Oh.
So
tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree.
But what's the, the strippers? I mean, they're going to be hard. I would imagine a lot of these, we're going to go online to get tipped, right? Those tokens, right? Those chatterbaits and the, have you done
Jerkmate?
What is that? That chat roulette. You remember that? Is that still a thing? Does that still exist?
Not that I've seen, but I know what you're talking about. That was like early into the chat room, where you would just like somehow randomly be paired up with someone in the chat. That's
still there.
Years ago. I'm sure all those things exist. But,
MySpace. You still have your MySpace page.
Yeah, I don't even go to it, but yeah. But I remember in high school, a friend of mine met a girl in a chat room and took her to prom. And we thought that was like the weirdest thing. This was in 98.
Yeah, now that's how it is. So your friend was an innovator. Or however he was in there. That's up to him.
She was like from the next town over or something. But like, it's crazy how growing up on the East Coast and that long ago, the next town over was like so far. You know, like he never went there. And he didn't know anyone really there. But I mean, in LA,
Now you can get.
everything so far.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not get laid with these apps? You know, I mean, they're just.
It's always a new one. I met my girl now. And it was like
That's how you do it now. I mean, that has become more normal than anything else. Of course, if you meet somebody socially, great. But it seems as though most people, because then you could. It's just like Amazon. I would like this. I'd like that. I'd like him or her to be this and that and blah blah blah.
yeah.
There was a whole brouhaha this week with the online datings about removing race as an option, and I think Match whatever took it down, and then the CEO of one of the other ones, or it might have been Match, but some of them have taken it down, and other people have said that we should be on so people can get what they want. You know?
Yes.
I
That's
mean,
what it wants.
yeah.
I think
You know what I would click?
I do. But it looks like your choice has been made for you.
I feel she tells me I'm very lucky. That's
Yes, it does. Black women and Asian men are the like least common match.
I saw that.
But now I'm interested. Now I want to see this for myself because I don't really see it.
So when you first exposed yourself to your lady friend, was she was like she couldn't wait to see because I've noticed that black men, there's one or two stereotypes that seem to be better than others.
Yes.
So was she excited to see your black snake moan or whatever?
Yes. You don't want to overwhelm anyone.
Right.
So.
You had to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah,
like the Cosby episode when he taught her how to sexually assault. He's like, give her a little leg, take it back. Give her a little leg, take it back. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Remember
That kind of thing. I don't.
That was when they had the
anything
parents,
about
which
it.
were my favorite. Cliff's parents. Those actors. And they were talking about how they met. And she was like, I showed him a little leg and then I took it back. And then I showed him a little more and I took it back.
Yeah, I remember
they were great when they came out.
Well, he had a lot of old jazz legends come on there. I think
well, Lena Horne,
Joe Henderson or something. Yeah, he had everybody.
Yeah. Well, he did the Playboy Jazz Fest for years, which I saw him at.
Yes, I saw him too.
We probably went together.
Yeah. I was the year I saw Oza Motley for the first time. Yeah, we ended up playing with Oza Motley a couple years ago. We come full circle. But that festival was great. But I think I just talked with a guy who used to put on the Long Beach Funk Festival for an upcoming podcast. And he says that those types of festivals, Coachella, big festivals, are going to be the last thing to come back from COVID because it's just so much risk to be able to do them now.
So our boy Timmy sent me an email, and it's from Al Di Meola. And Al Di Meola is offering tickets to his house. So for like $9,500 for two people, he'll cook you an Italian meal and perform guitar for you. So, and Tim and I
How can you do both at once?
Well, I think it's a step, but it's like, because they can't play out. So now he's obviously wealthy people, right? White guitar players in Connecticut, hedge fund managers. We're going to spend 10 grand to go eat with a guitar. I know, but you kind of feel bad for Al Di Meola, right? Because the guy's obviously he needs the bread, right? Like he needs the bread. Because if he didn't need it, then he wouldn't demoralize himself by having breakfast with some.
Yeah. But that's the crazy thing. It's like you look at someone like a Kevin Hart and they're like, rich. But at the same time, they're like, well, I also don't have money coming in because of these things. They have royalties and stuff coming in, but I mean, it's like they have other productions that were halted.
Yeah, if you're planning on making $10 million, as silly as it is, if you're planning on making $10 million every year, which is way low for him, obviously, but just as a number.
Yeah, right.
And and all of a sudden you're making $2 million, but it doesn't sound like you're in a bad situation. But obviously, if all your bills, just like everything else, right?
Yeah, you feel the pinch. It's just a bigger pinch than other people. Yeah.
If you're at a $50,000 a month mortgage, I mean that mortgage company is still going. They don't care. They want their money.
Yeah. Did they decide about doing any more stimulus? You heard anything about that? Another round of 1200s coming out or something?
Well, I think that's what's kind of dragging out right now. I know they extended. Well, I think was it the PPE? They extended something this week for the rest of the month, but I think it's in process now of figuring out if they're going to extend it another $600 a week, because they don't. I mean, I'm just repeating what these financial people are saying, but basically, they're not going to want to shut down the country again. It's not worth. I mean, it's lives versus the economy, but.
I gotcha.
We shut down the economy. I mean, we can't close down the country for a year. I mean, everyone
We're
will
kind
go bankrupt.
True, but we're like already kind of there. I mean, in California, they closed bars again. They closed
The
the beaches
bars are
again.
closed. Yeah. When we went on our trip this weekend, we went to, where we stopped? We stopped at the IHOP by the airport over there in Sepulveda and Manchester or whatever. And we ate in the parking lot of an IHOP because Rick had a gift card. But it was funny, but at the same time, it was like, whatever.
Oh, Rick.
Yeah, Rick and his gift. He's going to Vegas this weekend to die. I mean, he doesn't know he's going to die, but he's going to Vegas. Which everyone has tried to convince him not to.
Let that man live. He doesn't have anything to.
Yeah, but
let him roll the dice.
I just told him to give me $1,000. I'll kick him in the balls. Let's just save the trip. No, I care about my friends. I don't want you going to Vegas either.
But I want to go. I want to live. I'm tired of being cooped up in this. Where am I? Jazz stage. I don't even know where I am anymore.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, the dementia's coming in, but that shadow seems aggressive on the base. Like the shadow doesn't seem like correct from the light source. Yeah. So go down. Yeah. So you see the shadow of the headstock on the. It seems. Whatever. It kind of looks like Pips.
I do like Pips.
Yeah.
Pips on La Brea, classic.
Worst food you'll ever have in the world, but they got jazz.
Black establishments.
Food.
Keep it going.
Go for the drinks at Pips. Do not order dinner. I've been there multiple times, and each time the cow's still mooing, sort of thing,
Oh.
Not good.
That's true.
So listen, why don't you give us I think the time has kind of come here. You want to give us a shout out your podcast again and do your socials if you want?
Yes. Cliff Beach, at Cliff Beach Music. New podcast, Deeper Grooves, Musicians on Music, hosted by Cliff Beach, sponsored by California Soul Music record label. You can find it on all your streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. Anchor.fm/Deeper Grooves, CaliforniaSoulMusic.com/Deeper Grooves. Check it out. It's interesting. And back to you in the studio, Brian Sturges.
Hey, well, you can follow me on the gram at Mr. Brian Sturges and various Facebooks and whatnots, and BrianSturges.com for all your Brian Sturges needs. I'm thinking about coming out with a brand of like bald guy hats. How the comedians, we have to have, what do you call it? Products, merch. I need merch. So I think my product going to be like the bucket hat, like from the 90s, but like a little hipper where it's made from China for $4 sort of thing,
I don't know how that makes it hipper, but sure.
I tried.
I think they're popular in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Mesh hats and stuff.
Yeah, my buddy I just talked to for a long time, Roger. He was in the Wall of Flesh movie. He played one of the vets. He shaved his head yesterday for the first time for his 40th birthday. Looks great. Another man, welcome. I know you shave your head. We all look good. Well, here we are. And Cliff, I'm going to put all the pressure on you. And your final thoughts. I'll go first, though. Final thoughts. May the wind be at your back and the things in your front. You?
Sounds very Irish. Stay out of everywhere, basically. Stay to yourself. That's all you can do. Flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve. All right. Next week, check out his podcast.
If you can't do it remotely, don't do it. Porn is free. Pornhub.com.
/Deeper Grooves.
It's a forward slash. I like your style.
Is it?
Yeah, it's forward slash.
Is it?
Forward slash.
All right.
Backslash goes this way. Forward slash goes that way.
All right. Pornhub.com/Deeper Growth. Check it out.